try to stream Cool SMP. If we cannot, that'll be unfortunate. But we have something we need to do. We need to start on a project. Last time we did basically nothing but show you some stuff. Today we're going to be showing you some stuff and starting another build project, which is actually going to be involving the base that I have constructed. As you know, my base is actually pretty barren and still has a lot of stuff to do. Also, I called out Eric's base for being very ugly and also being inefficient by many means. So I'm going to have to take this entire base and make it actually look good and actually make it useful. Just adding different systematics and upgrading the storage system slightly by including something on the chests. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out. Also, we're going to put on our skin. We spent a lot of time making the skin, so the skin is made. Earlier, we were streaming Gamers Pub, so now we're just going to be streaming this. So I'm a streamer now. I stream stuff. Haha, deal with it. This is like the third stream today. Hopefully everything goes well, and we should overall just have a grand old time, just absolutely destroying everything. So first, let us show you what we have so far in this area. As you can see, we're going to need some stuff. So let's pull out what we're going to need real quick. Specifically some building ingredients, so let's go into this shulker right here. This contains some shop permits, building permits, anvils, logs, honeycomb, name tags, emerald ore, weakness arrows, a crossbow I enchanted, stuff like that. So let's see what this room needs. I think it needs a lot. But what do I want to make this room? I want to make this room a flippin' library. So we're going to have to find our library building materials. The first shulker I have to think of is, of course, this breeze rod shulker, which should hold everything we need. No. Just holds chorus fruit, shulker shells, breeze rods, ominous potions, wind charges, and other stuff like that. So this doesn't need. What about our brick shulker? No, just holds iron, a bunch of bundles holds bundles, and a bunch of other stuff. Says in our potion shulker, not in that. Definitely not in that. Okay, it could be in this one. Now, some enchanted elytras, other stuff. We went and exploring a while back and grabbed a bunch of elytras. Okay, is it in this one? No. Some more stuff. Brushes, buckets, stuff like that. The usual. No. 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 Wait a second. We should have something. Oh. Okay. I think I found it. I found what I was looking for. I was looking for the bookshelves, specifically. Boom, we have some bookshelves. We can make a small library. So we're just going to use like 2 stacks of bookshelves. I think actually using 3 stacks might work. We'll just use 2 stacks for now, because we kind of need any bookshelves in case we need to make another enchantment table in case someone decides to steal it again. Oh, we have 2 stacks of bookshelves. We can also do a bunch of other stuff, such as I believe there's something else we can make. So let's grab some wood. Let me show you what I mean real quick. So we're going to have to make chiseled bookshelves, which just require slabs and actual other stuff. So, since wood isn't really difficult to obtain, let's just grab some wood. We don't have wood in any of these shoulders, in any of these chests. And if we need to, we can manually grab wood with our maxed out axe named Gift, because why not? Let's go into our storage and hope we have some wood in here. Okay, we have hay bales, and we do have 2 stacks of logs, which is absolutely perfect. We only need 2 stacks of logs, because we really don't need to make too many of these. So let's just take these logs, craft them all into planks. Now, why the heck I don't have the slab recipe unlocked is because I'm not in the crafting menu, crafting table. So you just go down here, grab the crafting table. We'll turn, so if we do the math, we just need 6 stacks of these. And that only requires us to turn 2 of these stacks all into slabs. This will give us at least 3 stacks of slabs, so it'll be perfect. Let's just do that. Boom. We have the slabs. And we'll just do this. I don't even know who that is. Why does people keep on inviting me? Can't they just leave me alone? And now we have a stack of chiseled bookshelves. These are more expensive than I thought they would be. You're telling me 2 stacks of logs can only make me 64 plus some if I decided to not make all of them into slabs? You're telling me. So let's make a library. Why are we doing this? Because why not? Also decoration. So what we do is bookshelf, bookshelf, chisel bookshelf, 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 chisel bookshelf, 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 chisel bookshelf, bookshelf, chisel bookshelf, boom. We do that. What we can do is we can actually pull out our axe. What are we trying to do? I don't know. Try and chisel bookshelf, bookshelf, bookshelf. And boom. Does that look nice? Good enough for me. So now we're going to do some other stuff, such as taking out this corner. Taking out this corner. Seeing how important having this one is. As it's probably not as important as actually having bookshelves up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a cold strategy called break the light, break this block, replace the light, pick block the block, pick block this block, pick block the block again and replace it. And now this looks much better and allows us to have all the bookshelves around. So let's continue. But before we continue, we actually have to go down into our chest and we have to pull out a specific ingredient known as slabs. They're in the box, aren't they? Oh, am I blind? Did I put them in the middle chest right here? Of course I did. So we can grab these slabs. They'll be used for their specific things, but we should be able to make an entire library just filling up the room. Now you have it like this. Let us continue with our basic strategy. We've done that, we can do this. And then on this end, we're going to install more slabs. And once again, like the design suggests, we'll just do the same thing over here. And we can do the same thing over here. That should create. It is a nice, easy to use and understand system of a bunch of bookshelves. But we see another problem. This one also gets bombarded by the bookshelf. So what do? Casually break this block, replace this block. It still looks nice and is nice and well made to the point where it's all just made. We might need more bookshelves for this, and also chiseled bookshelves. But now our plan is actually much more simple than you may think. Our first job is to take and replace every single one of these with bookshelves. We're actually going to pull out a different full set of bookshelves, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to get rid of all the chiseled bookshelves, and we're going to make this look better. It's actually a very simple and easy strategy to understand. As now that we've made this wall completely flush, we can take out the chiseled bookshelves. Do a little small strategy called pulling out more regular bookshelves. We have to do pearls, pull out a stack of bookshelves. Pull out the axe, and our first thing, I don't like having to design this uniform. Instead, if we first make a base design around this, we can take the chiseled bookshelves and make them look like people took out books from those, and we can use normal books to retract them to make it look better. It's all part of the master plan. Now that we have all of these placed, we can go around and take the chiseled bookshelves, and what we can do here is we can actually do a cool thing called designing. Designing is actually much easier than you think. The first step of designing is finding a nice little way to make the design actually look different than what most people have it look like. So we can do something like this, and I have a little design on this. It actually looks decent. What you have to know about making these designs is if you don't make them good enough, everything will fall. Wait. Okay, I definitely did something wrong here. fall down over here. What it could have done. Ah, there it is. Try not to lose a bookshelf, and that was not it wanted to happen. How is this guy still alive? You know what? Bro out of a power bow, he was doing 1 heart per shot. Bro was just trolling at this point. He was like, I'm gonna take out this guy. Half heart damage per shot is gonna be absolutely masterful. Continue making this very interesting design. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. If you know what you're doing, then good for you. If you don't, well, that's pretty normal, and I would have expected as much. And yes, I do mean the highest amount of absolute just offense that anyone could even mean. And now we have a little design here with these empty ones. And this design can continue along these with just some random blocks being placed. As long as we make sure these are even, it should be fine. And if this goes in the odd, this should also be odd. Because that, we have the exact same amount of pieces. So we're just going to continue. Blah, blah, blah. Do a little this. Something like that. We'll just... build up. And there we go. We have a nice area built up, and this just makes it much nicer. Perfect first to do a little thing of this. And now what we can do is we can pull out our good old friends, the slabs, and just build on that to make some slabs up here. And now that we've done that, we can re-pull out the chiseled bookshelves. Add just a few of them to these. What we should have happening is we should have a nice decent made area. And if I ever think there's just not enough, I can go back here and kind of just add to what we've already done. So, like, for example, I can just do this. I can decide that since there's none there, I'll just do this. And boom. We're being forced to sleep. I don't know why. It could never be me. We're just gonna go in this corner bed and sleep. And now that we've done that, we should be completely fine to continue along with our plans. We have 4 more of these chiseled bookshelves to place, and I plan on placing every single one of them. So let's just go over here. We're just gonna add one in here. One in this corner. One right here. Look very carefully. Our best option is probably going to be this one, which actually has 5 in a row. Lowest we can go is 4 in a row that do not have any. This includes the corners. So, for example, we can take this one right here, and we can see there's one that has 3 in a row, so we can take this one, replace it here, and then replace this. We're trying to make this look good while also making it look decent. So we can see this one doesn't actually have the legal distance we want to make, so we can just take that, and we can change that. And that'll make the entire bottom nice like that. That goes for the entire bottom, every side. And every side been made correctly, except for this top area right here. What we can do is we actually end up breaking this block right here. And what we can do here is if we remove this, we can grab this, and make sure that's only 4 or less. And now we just check the top row again to make sure there are only 4 blocks ever in conjunction. And we have the first part of the library completed. Next part is actually installing other bookshelves in order to actually make a decent design. We can actually have the slabs help us with this, and we'll show you what we're going to do here. Since this is a library, we can install several enchanted books in here, and we'll show you how we do that. But the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to set up an enchantment table in here. And that can actually easily be done by going into our already existing enchantment table and just simply removing it. This enchantment setup is nice and all, but I don't really see the point. Also, someone installed their house next to it, which I did not like. Instead, what I want to do is I want to install this enchantment setup in the actual enchanting room. And just make there an entire room dedicated to enchanting stuff. This room can be dedicated to whoever sold it. Another part of the enchantment room is obviously the anvils, which we'll grab the anvils and this. Once we've grabbed all the items, we can take the 27 bookshelves we had in our enchantment setup and our enchantment table. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to grab some stone bricks. We should have enough for 20 of them, which will be more than enough to make this room into an entrance. This should look much better now that the room is actually made into an actual entrance. And we'll of course do whatever we can to make it look nice, but if we can't make it look nice, we'll have to deal with that. Fortunately, just adding some more stone bricks will always solve any problem you have with anything. Once we've completed that problem, we can put away any of this useless stone brick we have and go back into the enchantment room, which is just up here. This room will also have an ender chest, so we'll have to make one of those. So next, let's... For the enchantment setup, we're just going to set this up in a corner. In order to do that, we can take this, and we can begin installing several of the bookshelves. Since we want to go with the maximum amount, but we do not want to actually go overboard, we're going to do a cool strategy called this. We're also going to make sure we do not accidentally cover up any of the light block. We do actually have this area back here, which is looking very bad. However, fortunately for us, we actually have a method of taking care of that. We're going to go up here, down here to our chest, and we're going to find some additional glowstone we might have had left over from the house building project. If we do not, we do have cleric villagers that we can purchase it from. But fortunately, we have 2 extra glowstone, which is more than enough for our evil mastermind plan of making this enchantment room actually look nice. Taking it in this corner, just right here, we can break this corner and replace it with glowstone, and we can do the same with the other corner. What we're going to do here is we're doing a uniform room shape for both the bottom and the top. And there we go. And that'll actually light up the room much nicer than it was lit up previously. Now what we can do is we can reinstall these ones. Go in this opposite case. And now we have this area set up. And now we can set up the enchantment table just in the center of that. As well as the anvils, which can just go right there to make a similar setup. However, what we can do for the grindstone is we can actually be different for the grindstone. We can simply just install it up there. However, in this case, we can't actually set up on the bottom, so we're simply setting up there is actually the best idea. The enchantment table is maxed out, by the way. Don't believe me? Look at that delicious 30. And now we're going to show you the left side, which will have some bookshelves that just make up part of the library section. For the bookshelves, we're just going to set them up to be at least 2 away from the others, and we're not going to be installing a single chiseled bookshelf here. As you can see, we're setting up some basic rows of bookshelves to make up part of the library. However, it seems that this will actually get too close to the other house, or to the actual enchantment setup. We can actually do here, we can do kind of a strange design choice by simply adding more bookshelves back here and kind of making this a corner junction of the entire situation. This does have the added benefit of completely blocking that intersection, which will require us to grab 2 more glowstone. Or does it? It actually only requires us to grab 1 more glowstone. This specific glowstone in this corner can be grabbed. This can be replaced with cobblestone. We can grab the glowstone and replace it in this very corner. This will make the room look the same and also add a nice back section for the library for us to grab books out of the bookshelves. Grab some more bookshelves, that's stone bricks, grab some more bookshelves, and now we can do the next part of our grand plan. That is a little bit dark, but that is actually completely fine. And what we can do here is we can actually install some bookshelves just right here. And what can happen there is that'll actually become a dark area. That's actually to be planned, as we actually want that to happen. As if we really want to, we can go into a shulker box that contains cobwebs, and we kind of make that a cobweb area. Also, if you're really, really, really worried, do not be. Not a cobweb shulker. Or the light shirt shulker. Grab some cobwebs. We'll just install these in here. So this could be where like a spider made a large cobweb area. No mob should be able to spawn in there. If they do, we'll be able to spawn trap it. That should be spawn trapped, so we should overall just be good. Also, this area is kind of nice. We're actually going to do a cool strategy called just blocking it off with cobwebs. Or with bookshelves. Add more bookshelves here. And just add some more here. And now we have exactly 4 left. Can these actually be used for any purpose other than nothing? The true answer, of course not. We'll just install them there. We have a large amount of bookshelves. But what if I said we're actually going to need a few more? So let's go into our pearls, grab these bookshelves. Place any we need to make this nice and the same. And then just put any extra we have back. And then we're just done. Boom, that fixes that. We have a little library now made that actually has an enchantment setup. Doesn't have an ender chest, but who needs one? My horse is looking at me like it wants the golden carrot in my hand. Completely pointless. And yeah, that's our building thing for the cool SMP. How long have I been down there? 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes to make a crappy room with paintings. Wow, the audacity. Anyway, I'm kind of done streaming because I'm bored.